Hey guys, Mr. Chang here, Thursday night. Not going to be at school tomorrow. Not going to see you guys on Monday or Tuesday. I will be back on Wednesday. I want to thank you guys again. I know this is not ideal, and you guys have done a great job. Everything that has taken me out of the classroom will be over with on Tuesday, November 5th. So I'll be back in the classroom on Wednesday. And I just again want to thank you guys for continuing to do such a good job of keeping up the pace, doing the work, dealing with some of my absences, and being great students in general, but also being really great students with Mr. Ko. So thank you guys very much. I'm going to give you a quick video to set up the Desmos that you're going to work on today. This is lesson 5 in your book. I think it'll be funner to do it on Desmos so you can see everybody's responses. And just make it easier for everybody. So the way we're going to do this is I'm just going to tell you guys to pause at different places. So you can have quick discussions and then you can jump right back in. And then I'm going to highlight a few things that I hope everybody sees from these problems. Okay. So first things first, you guys know what to do. You get into Desmos and you're going to start off with which one doesn't belong. Just type in your answer here. And Mr. Ko, I would say let him go for 3 minutes. I want you guys to type your response and take a minute, 2 minutes to read through all of your classmates' responses. And after you pause the video, after 3 minutes are up, it would be nice, maybe Mr. Ko, just to ask people to raise their hand and share. Pick 3 or 4 students who will share a comment that another student made that they thought was interesting, that made them think. Okay, so let's take 3 minutes, pause the video, and then have a quick discussion. Find a couple of comments that a student wrote that you really liked. And when you're done with that, hit the play button. All right, if you guys are back and you finished your which one doesn't belong, the next part of this is 5.2 snacks in bulk. So you're getting snacks for a class trip. Claire goes to the bulk section of the grocery store where she can buy any quantity of product and the prices are still usually good. So if you're curious what this really means in real life, you guys have probably seen this at at a grocery store. But if you haven't, this is what we're talking about. This is the bulk section. You can see you've got all these bins, you've got a bag, and you got a scooper, and you can just scoop different weights of nuts, dried fruit, etc., and put it into your bag and pay for everything by weight. So that's what we're talking about here. Now, when you do this problem, I'm going to pause it. I think it'd be great if you guys had about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes to get to slide 4. So the next 3 slides, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to come back in and just make sure we all have the same equation, and then we can move on. So here's a good time to pause. Now, if you guys have unpaused and you have seen what everybody has written, just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. But you should have an equation that is 9x plus 6y. Oh, where's my 9x plus 6? No, 9x, sorry, plus 6 almonds are $6 a pound. Almonds are y equals 75. And just note, 9x, that is in itself a quantity representing, $9, the rate per pound of figs, times the number of figs, or the pounds of figs, the actual number of pounds of figs, right? So 9x is itself a quantity. This is just the figs, the amount of the figs. And 6y is just your almonds, the cost of just the almonds, right? You add those together, you should get 75, like the total cost. So hopefully everybody got that. Good time to pause. Good time for everybody to move on and do slides 5, 6, 7, and 8. And when you unpause, I want to just come by and show a couple of cool things that hopefully you guys start to notice. Okay, so hit that pause button and come right back. All right, if you're back and you are unpaused, I really like doing these slides where you interpret the points and actually, hope that you're really specific about a point. So if you said point A, for instance, right here, you're saying that that is actually the point 2,7, which is 2 pounds of almonds, 7 pounds of figs. You're that specific when you explain. The other thing I hope you guys notice as you move forward and you're really looking at slides 7, which has the point 10, 3, and slide 8, which has the point 7, 3.5. Hopefully you might notice that, if you're above the line and you find a combination of figs and almonds that are above the line, that you would start to recognize that all of those combinations will be greater than the $75 that is your budget. And if you notice on the next slide, when you get a combination of figs and almonds, pounds of figs, pounds of almonds that are below your line, like 7, 3.5, this guy, or maybe a point like 7, 3 right here, that those would actually be less than your budget. That's what's cool about algebra. That's what's cool about visualizing these, is just sort of seeing how there's, space below the line, which says something specific about your budget, meaning you are going to be less than your budget, and stuff that happens above the line in algebra, which means you will be greater than your budget on the plus side. Okay, well, let's move on. The next couple of activities that you're going to do, 5.3, graph it. Again, love this because you're going to be talking about saving for college, which is something you guys all should be doing. And then you're going to be talking about, creating an equation for water draining out of a tank, which less interesting, but a good example of something with a negative slope. Again, good time here for you guys to pause. I think you should be able to handle most of these. I don't know if I have any brilliant insights to share, so I'm going to let you run through it. And now is a good time to pause. All right. If you are unpausing and you're coming back, again, I will just type out some of these equations for you. So your college, Y is the total amount in your account that is equal to what you start with, which is 475, plus the amount you save per week, which is 125 times X, the number of weeks you have. So everybody should recognize, and I think probably saw that that is your equation. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, send me an email or ask Mr. Ko. Next one, your tank. If you get to slide number 16, again, let's just make sure, no confusion. Y is the total amount of gallons remaining in the tank. That is equal to the 450 gallons you had in the tank minus 20 gallons of water coming out times the number of minutes. 450 minus 20x. You could have put minus 20x plus 450 equals y. These two equations are exactly the same. All right. We've just buzzed through this quick. Again, hopefully writing equations with two variables, matching them to real world situations. This is not difficult for you guys. I've been looking at your last two cooldowns, and you guys have done really well. The average score for yesterday's cooldown was a 3.3. So I feel like we're ready to move on and be quick. This next cooldown for you guys is going to be in Desmos. Okay, so when you guys get to activity 5.4, this should be towards the end of class. Complete this in Desmos. Don't talk to your friends. You're going to submit this as is. I'll be able to look at it and see how you guys are doing and make some adjustments for Monday based on what you guys do. But there you go. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you guys for being great students again. More of this to come on Monday. Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Mr. Chang out.